Okay, I'm getting ready right now for this run. But as I'm getting ready and I'm getting my nice running shoes on, this episode, I think I want to call it the one that was not meant to be. Because the amount of things that have gone wrong with me just trying to record this one episode is crazy. So on Friday, I was ready to go to the stadium because I wanted to run around a track for this episode, but I slept in a little too long and it closes at 11. So then Saturday came around and I got up in time and actually went all the way to the track, only for me to realize that it's not open on Saturday. It's open Monday through Friday. So I couldn't do it then. And then on Saturday, I recorded this entire episode where I ran an 800, a 1600, and a 5,000 meter run. And three things happened. One, I couldn't really run the 800 as fast as I wanted to. The treadmill caps off at around 9.5 miles per hour. So I couldn't quite do the 800 as fast as I wanted to. And then for the 1600, I had the exact same problem where I couldn't quite go as fast as I wanted to. But then I could do the 5,000 meter as fast as I wanted to, and I ended up getting a 20:38. And right after I recorded it, I looked at the footage for 2 seconds and realized my mistake. When I'm running like this, everything really close to me is going super fast because I'm jumping up and down, but you can focus on what's on the distance and it doesn't look quite as bad. Well, let's just see how it looks. This will be a nice sample of how it looked. So the footage was basically unusable. Do you guys like this sign? It's a lot like me. It's a lot like me right now, taking a detour. So I threw that away and then I planned on doing it Monday. But my dad is out of town and my mom was just gone for 2 hours with our only car. So I couldn't do it again. I was planning on doing it today and then I couldn't fall asleep last night until like 3. And I could wait another day to run on the track, but I'm just not gonna let that happen. I'm dragging this episode kicking and screaming into the light. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna run a single mile, a 1600 meter, and then I'll see how I feel after that. I might run an 800 meter. And I'm also in a Con t-shirt. I should probably fix that. I look ridiculous right now. Although this is probably way too hopeful, I still want to try to beat that 5:31. So it's a little breezy today and a little cooler, which I would find annoying, but I've realized in Utah in the summer, it's either hot, windy, or both. 3, 2, okay, I guess the wind's giving me a boost. Okay, there's a couple things I want to talk about on this run, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to be talking about because number one, it's not that long of a run. Number two, I'm going to be out of breath for most of it. One really nice thing that I talked about while I was on the treadmill is I've lost 5 pounds since I started this series, which is something I've been trying to do for a long time. So even if this series really doesn't go anywhere, at least I can say I'm doing it for myself. This is the end of the uphill up here. I'm at 5:45 right now.
Distance 0.5 miles.
I'm going so slow.
5 minutes, 53 seconds.
5:53. I need to chop off so much time.
Distance 1 mile. Time 5 minutes, 50 seconds.
How's my time 5:51, but my average pace is 5:49? I must have run 2 seconds longer than a mile. I think I went too fast at the beginning without realizing. I was also talking a lot. I'm feeling good enough to do an 800 though. One quote from John Boyes was going through my head that whole time though.
But you ever did that thing as a kid where you listen to music on your headphones and it's not loud enough and you keep turning it up and then realize the music's actually coming out of the speakers and you've woken up everyone in the house? Well, in this season, the National League's collective ERA was 2.99. Remove Gibson's contributions and it's 3.03.
Such an amazing quote. I gotta admit I was a bit cocky going into that. Truth is, with running you can't lie in running. You don't cheat your way to a sub 5 minute mile. You earn it. 17 seconds off of that. Gotta pace myself more evenly. I was running a 4:30 at the beginning. Huge mistake, especially uphill. Time for the 800, but as you can see from that route, it doesn't end at my house. So I gotta walk a mile back. Although I did it partially, I think I need to improve on striding down this hill. Pacing is the biggest example in my life of something that's easier said than done, especially when it's your coaches. Because I'm not thinking nearly as much when I'm racing than when I'm working out. Probably the best thing I missed by deleting all that video in hindsight is I was walking out the door to jump into the pool and I ran out of battery. I was that close to finishing the episode. And then I had to charge it for like 15 minutes and then jump back in the pool, which is so funny because I've never had a GoPro run out of battery at an inopportune time. But that definitely takes the cake. So I think I'll do the same route to the stop sign without this whole downhill. Because I've just been humbled by my cockiness, I think I want to go for under a 2:30. One thing I really want to achieve at some point in this series is a kind of running challenge. I don't know what it's called. My friend told me at one point, but I completely forgot. But it's a challenge that lasts around 16 minutes. And you may think, 16 minutes? It's not bad at all. And then I'll tell you, you have to run a 7-minute mile the whole time. You'll think, it's not even hard. A little over 2 miles at a 7-minute pace, that would be nothing. But here's the catch. You start at a 0% incline, and the next minute is a 1% incline, and then the next minute is a 2% incline, and then the next minute is a 3% incline. Now that seems bad, but it doesn't seem like it'd be that much worse than just running the 7-minute mile. I tried it on Monday. I got 7 minutes in, 9 minutes off, and I was dying. Now to contrast this episode, I just had this idea, and don't quote me on this. I may realize this is a horrible idea in about 30 seconds, but to contrast this, I've never really run more than 7 miles continuously outside, other than one half marathon I ran. Jeffy! Jeffy, come here. Jeffy. I could try to break my record for the longest run, but I'd probably want to take it at like a 9-minute mile pace. With the rate these episodes are going at, they're gonna start being 2 minutes of running and then 10 minutes of my dog. Which is a proposition I would not be against. I'm basically just procrastinating this. Okay, I'm just gonna go now rather than wait another 2 minutes. Oh, freaking. Oh, crap. I was connected to my Wi-Fi. Why am I still connected? Okay, 4:55.
Distance 0.5 miles. Time 2 minutes 40 seconds. Current split speed 5 minutes 20 seconds.
Made the exact same mistake. Went too fast at the beginning. I couldn't see my pace though, because my phone was connected to my Wi-Fi. I just died on the uphill like I did before. That tiny uphill kills me every time. I just need to smooth out my pace as much as possible. But that's something I've been trying to do for 3 years, and my body says no every time. So I missed my 2:30 goal by 10 seconds, but I know exactly why. An ending kick is great, a beginning kick is horrible. I guess I just really like kicking. As determined as I was, they were meant to be benchmarks, and I may have had the spirit in me, but I've only been running for about a week, so I guess it's what I should expect. Just like I said before, you can't cheat running. You won't magically get a 4-minute. You can be smart about your racing and shave off a couple seconds, but a couple dozen more IQ points doesn't mean a couple dozen seconds off your mile. I was about a 5:05 here, and by the top of that hill, I was at like 5:20. I could have stopped for 15 seconds and then continued at my pace before. That's how bad it was. Bummers I'm not doing the long run today because it's perfect outside right now. I'll probably have to wake up early, and I'll actually do it this time. I gotta set your guys' expectations down here, so whenever I'm here, you guys are surprised. I'm just rambling. I don't look quite that bad. It's also not quite that hot. The one last thing I want to talk about is right now I'm working on a lot of long-term projects. And if any of you are ever interested in making YouTube videos, immediately start trying to do long-term projects. Because videos that take 2 or 3 days are so easy, but making long-term projects that really make a YouTuber great is the hardest habit to develop, so you might as well start as soon as possible. Well, with that tangent done, I'll see you all in the next video. Just kidding. I'll see you all in the next video.